Good, happy Saturday morning, June 5th, 2021. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Saturday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Saturday morning, so let's begin. First up, we're going to go into weather. It's going to be a warm day today, a very warm and sunny day today. And there is a weather alert as well, one weather alert. And it looks like we can't get to our weather alert. Hold on here. The weather alert. The National Weather Service cold water safety message. Please check with your state and local authorities regarding guidelines for allowed activities. The warm air temperature this weekend in the 80s to low 90s may cause people to underestimate the dangers of cold water temperatures, which are currently only in the low 60s across the Sebago Lake and Lake Winnipesaukee, and in the low 60s in the region's similar lakes and rivers. And that is your weather alert. And now let's go to meteorologist Haley LaPointe with a full weather forecast. Haley LaPointe says high temperatures today. With more on that, let's listen in to meteorologist Haley LaPointe.
I think what sets us apart is the fact that our technicians live and breathe only chimneys. It's not a part of our company, it is our company. We do everything from sweeping the chimney, maintaining the chimney, repairing the chimney.
Hi everybody, I'm meteorologist Haley LaPointe. Here's an update on your forecast. Man, the heat is on as we go through the weekend here, and the humidity going up too. Today there's a chance of some severe thunderstorms in the North Country, especially later on this afternoon and this evening, but the rest of us remain dry and just heating up with temperatures in the 90s across much of the state. Here's the frontal boundary to the north of us that will bring in the scattered showers and thunderstorms a little later on this afternoon and into the evening hours. Could actually be a few rounds moving through, but it's mainly in this yellow area, which includes all of Coos County, northern Carroll and northern Grafton counties. Damaging wind gusts, heavy downpours, frequent lightning, all a possibility with these storms. So this morning, a rapid warm up, temperatures in the 90s by about 2-3 o'clock this afternoon through the southern half of the state. And watch, you can kind of see some of these showers and thunderstorms getting going. It looks like a line forms around 6 p.m. tonight and moves through Coos County with, again, damaging wind gusts the main threat. Other areas of the state just seeing a few passing clouds. Sunday, a similar day, but maybe even a couple degrees hotter and higher humidity. As far as the seacoast beaches go today, if that's where you're headed, be a great day for it. Temperatures in the mid-80s. We have winds out of the west-southwest, gusting to near 20 miles per hour. And if you're heading to the lakes region, should be good to go there too. And the lake temperatures are warming up already in the 60s. So we've got some warm temperatures to enjoy. At least it's not so cold when you're jumping in, although you probably won't mind it this weekend, right? Temperatures in the 90s and then maybe even mid-90s with feels like temperatures approaching 100 degrees on Monday and Tuesday. Just a remarkable warm up and very humid too, especially by Tuesday where it will feel nearly tropical-like. So impact weather days today due to the storms north, even hotter Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday, the heat and the humidity basically on high with a chance of thunderstorms Tuesday afternoon, finally cooler and less humid toward the end of the week.
Okay, and there you go on that weather forecast from meteorologist Haley Lapointe. Thank you for that weather forecast, Haley Lapointe. And now let's get to your news. First step COVID-19 vaccination administered at Keene Swamp Bats game. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
I think what sets us apart is the fact that our technicians live and breathe only chimneys. It's not a part of our...
Come for a ball game.
There you go.
And get a COVID-19 vaccine.
We just want to reduce any barriers for folks, answer their questions, provide opportunities where they are to receive a vaccine if they're interested.
The Greater Monadnock Public Health Network is trying to give everyone access to the shot. They have 50 J&J and 50 Pfizer doses. Those who get vaccinated here get one complimentary ticket to a future home game during this season and a voucher redeemable on June 5th for a hot dog and a drink. They gave out a handful of the shots Friday night.
We're really a community partner. Our mantra is baseball wrapped in community, and this is just one more opportunity for us to partner with Trish and a very, very special group who's been, so visible in the Monadnock region.
President of the Keene Swamp Bats, Kevin Watterson, says the stands at Alumni Field can be filled to full capacity, and while they don't mandate the vaccine for their players, he says they have 100% vaccination here. They'll be back here vaccinated again Saturday night.
We think there's going to be a lot more show up tomorrow night to be administered the vaccine.
And the community will have more opportunities for pop-up clinics.
We've done the community kitchen. We'll be here with the Swamp Bats. We're also doing the Taste of Keene event that's happening tomorrow. We've got pop-ups in Railroad Square as well as the Keene Library. So just trying to get out there, meet folks where they're at.
They'll also be holding another pop-up clinic here at the ballpark Saturday night at 6:30. In Keene, I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Former Concord police officer sentenced after assaulting woman. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Their reviews? Our reviews.
I'm so happy.
Find out what we're all about at adamvroofing.com.
In this courthouse, Brian Croft agreed to an 8-month sentence. With some time already served and good behavior, prosecutors anticipate he'll serve about 5 months, and he will be decertified as a police officer. In a plea agreement that avoided more serious felony charges, 39-year-old Brian Croft, a former Concord police officer, pled guilty to misdemeanor domestic violence for assaulting a woman last October.
How do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Prosecutors say he slammed a door on the victim's arm and strangled her. Court documents say she was holding an infant and a young child tried to intervene. He also pled guilty to contempt of court for hiding electronic equipment that may have recorded what happened and trying to get witnesses to conceal the crime, along with a stalking charge from last month. He will also not be permitted to be a police officer.
He will be functionally decertified to be a police officer in the state of New Hampshire.
During the sentencing, the judge called this a sad case.
It's also sort of testament to the problems of domestic violence in society. It knows no boundaries in terms of sectors of society or different places in the community, and it does unfortunately sort of infiltrate all sectors.
As part of the plea agreement, Croft must also enroll in domestic violence counseling when he's released. In Manchester, Jean Mackin, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Hampton police to increase patrols after receiving reports of large planned gatherings at beach. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
I think what sets us apart is the fact that our technicians live and breathe only chimneys. It's not a part of our company.
That, after a peaceful day of fun for groups of young people last week, escalated into a crowd of about 500. Police say some were drinking and fights were breaking out. Since then, fielding concerns about more groups posting on social media they may be planning to meet at the beach.
Springtime is often one of our more challenging times. We're still staffing up, getting ready to go, but we've partnered with our law enforcement community and to increase our staffing for this weekend.
A mobile command post known as Skywatch is already in place on the busiest stretch of beach. It's also used by law enforcement at UNH and in Laconia. Its cameras poised to watch and record from up high.
Our goal is obviously public safety. We want people coming to Hampton Beach to feel safe and to enjoy what Hampton Beach has to offer.
The governor with assurances about what lies ahead.
We're going to have a lot of manpower out there, just making sure that we're providing that customer service, that safe atmosphere. And, if, little incidences should arise, we're going to be able to handle it.
If these groups are, in fact, coming, that's fine. We just ask that if you're coming to Hampton Beach, that you respect our beach, that you abide by our rules.
That includes no drinking in public, no fireworks, and no fighting.
Police say they're still investigating the fights that broke out here just over a week ago, and they do foresee additional charges. At Hampton Beach, Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. One more Granite Stater dies of COVID-19 as cases continue to fall. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
I think what sets us apart is the fact that our technicians live and breathe only chimneys. It's not a part of our...
Here in New Hampshire, community transmission of the virus continues to drop. Rockingham County is now in the minimal range. Coos County remains substantial, though the rest of the state seeing moderate transmission. DHHS reported 61 new cases and 1 new death today. Active cases are now at their lowest since late September, and 32 people are hospitalized.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire Senate approves more DCYF case workers, but hiring still difficult. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
My old roof was an asphalt roof. It was really starting to look ragged. It's an island house. I wanted it to blend in better.
A last-minute change made to the budget by the state Senate will allow the Division for Children, Youth, and Families, or DCYF, to hire 10 additional Child Protective Service workers, with an option to add 12 more if it can recruit the necessary workforce. Until the amendment passed with unanimous support, all of those extra positions were not funded, prompting criticism from the state's child advocate that DCYF reform efforts could be put at risk.
We have added a significant number of staff positions, but they're not easy to fill. And there are 37 positions right now that are vacant.
Democrats backed the change and contend it's still not enough.
Child protection has been a bipartisan issue, no question about it. But the department and the governor have not worked as diligently to prioritize filling these positions.
Amid this back and forth, New Hampshire's child advocate says caseloads for Child Protective Service workers are on the rise.
We actually got down to, in some district offices down to 14. The standard is 12. In others where it's a little problematic hiring, they were, hovering around 20 or so, but still caseworkers were saying, we really finally start to feel like we could do our work. Now we're seeing up to 40 in some places.
Whether this trend can be reversed will depend on DCYF's ability to hire. While salaries that are less competitive than neighboring states are part of the hang-up, the child advocate says potential recruits want to be sure the state is committed to reform so they don't find themselves with untenable caseloads in the future.
There's a natural turnover in this kind of work. It's very difficult. It's traumatizing. People don't appreciate you and when something goes wrong, you get blamed.
Adam Sexton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. One person killed in workplace shooting. Let's take a listen to that video from WPBF 25 News, Florida.
This is the checkers game where grandson and granddad will bond.
We were out here and we saw dozens of employees leaving this building where that shooting happened. Now, since we've also been out here, and these flags have been lowered at half staff in honor of the employee who was shot and killed today. Now, as you can see, Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office has placed a perimeter up and around Sugarcane Growers Co-op as detectives continue to investigate this shooting. Now, the medical examiner arrived earlier today. They were escorted to the back of the building. And according to PBSO, they responded to this location around 11 a.m. They found a man dead near the entrance of the building who was also identified as an employee. Now, deputies confirmed the victim was shot by another employee who was located inside the building armed with a handgun. And deputies tell us that this shooting appears to have been planned. Now, officials are not releasing any information on the victim or the suspect or their relationship at this time. And as I mentioned to you earlier, hundreds of employees did evacuate this building. Now, we have also reached out to top officials here at the sugar mill, and they say that they plan to release a statement later today. So as we know more details, we'll be sure to keep you posted. Reporting from Belle Glade, Lakeisha Bailey, WPBF 25 News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this Saturday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye.